My name's Sam Nuttman. I work at Freefly Systems, and we're here at NAB 2014. I've got Brad Meyer over here on the MōVI controller, so he's actually controlling pan and tilt on the M15, which is a new announcement this year. So the M15 will carry 15 pounds, so it's sort of the big brother of the M10. We've added a couple features based on the feedback that we've been getting out in the field from our customers. A major difference on this one is longer roll beam arms, so you can put larger cameras on there. So this is a Sony f55, a very popular camera. Now you can put it on there with no hassles. You can put the Alexa M on there, you can put a larger lens on there, or if you want to put a matte box, a 2-motor system for focus and iris. So all those different things that were requiring you to push the camera back in the gimbal, you can now do without any issues. So that's a major improvement. Adding a second bar here is also something that's new. This allows you to tune up the system much higher, so you get better performance, larger stiffness numbers if you understand, the inside of the system. We also have 2 bars here on the pan, so this allows you to put the camera mounted upside down as you see it here. So on the M10, there were some issues if you put a lot of weight on there that it might slip back and forth. So we've changed that a little bit to make this a lot easier to do this sort of setup. It's also toolless adjustments now, so you no longer have to use a driver to balance pan. So it's very quick to balance the entire system now. If you need to swing a lens, you can do an entire rebalance in just a couple minutes. We also have a second battery box here, so you can mount, you can put a battery in here and power all of your accessories without having to Velcro a battery on or put some sort of Anton Bauer up on the handles. So that makes the whole system much easier to use. You also see here, we call this the toad in the hole. It's a quick release system. So you can actually turn a lever, push 2 buttons, this whole thing comes off. You can put your handles on it, you can put it on a multi-rotor, put it on a jib, all sorts of different things very quickly and easily without turning a screw. You see it mounted to a motorcycle here, which is pretty cool, on a Steadicam arm. So we're still developing this, but we just kind of wanted to show people that we're working on vehicle mounts. I mean, you have to understand how the system works before you start mounting it to all different types of vehicles and whatnot. It's a 3-axis stabilization system, so roll, pan, and tilt. It does not stabilize vertical, horizontal, or front to back movement. So if you put it on a zipline system and it was swinging, for example, you would see that in the footage. You wouldn't see roll, pan, and tilt because it will stabilize that. So there are systems out there that use physical gyros so that if it goes down a zip line, it will stay locked into that one direction. It would work perfectly with this system because we would stabilize roll, pan, and tilt, and that other system would stabilize any sort of sway on the line, for example. And again, this shock would stabilize vertical translation on a motorcycle, for example. Powering is always, of course, a challenge if you have a lot of accessories. Because there's so many accessories available, it's hard for us to come out with one solution that will work for everything. We do have a new control panel, the MōVI controller that I'll show you. And what we've done there is you put one V-Lock battery on there and it will power, on the back there's 2-pin LEMO outputs, there's USB outputs, there's all sorts of different outputs so that you can power accessories for your remote system from one battery. Now on the MōVI, we don't have anything developed yet for you to power all that stuff. I couldn't say if we'll have anything out soon, but I know that I've seen a lot of creative powering solutions. I have some of my own. Some of them work good, some of them not so good. But yeah, that is of course always a challenge. We have guys from MIT, guys from Space One. We have guys from all over the world that we've hired that are passionate about designing the best camera stabilization systems. All these guys work in-house every day making new technology. So this is designed from the ground up from some of the best minds in the world for this sort of thing. I don't know any other company out there that has that sort of resource at hand every single day. So a show like this, people come in and go, oh, it'd be great if it could do that. Our engineers hear that, then they go back to work, and the next thing you know, it's integrated into the system. So we really build everything from the ground up, always thinking about how do we get the best shots on a camera. Not, how do we make it work on a helicopter, but how do we get the best shots on a helicopter? It's always about cinema. We're a cinema company, so everything that we design is to help cinematographers get better footage.